out of him. But this is a really well handled and so far well planned out building placement.
Ice Shield possibly waiting for an expansion or possibly making a big mistake here. He's spending a lot of money. I'm not sure what he's doing here. Perhaps just wailing in despair at this opening. He's got 3 soldiers here which should be doing something. They're drawn out of position here by the force. There we go, there's the expansion going down for Ice Shield. He's just going to try and recover here. But as you can see in the production tab,
I don't think
5 workers behind. That is massive.
it is massive, but I think that he's got to do something to try and get himself back into this game. You know, it's his one barracks attack. It didn't work. It was held off and shut down by the tower before it even began. And if you're Owen, when you see this castle, you've got to be feeling good because you know that this means it's the end of the aggression, or at least the aggression isn't going to just keep building up, and you have to be feeling very, very safe in your choice of just macroing up at this point.
Alright, 3 soldiers are moving out here from Ice Shield. They're going to try and get some work done. But Owen, you can see, he's minimised the surface area outside, reduced it down to only 2 squares, and on the inside he's got a massive 4 squares he can use for worker repairs. So Ice Shield's just going to go and try and work on this workshop.
Yeah, he has to. I actually looked it up. If there's nothing healing it, there's no repairs going on, there's no upgrades. 3 soldiers can burst down 1 tower, but for every 2 workers that are added, you have to repair it. You have to have 1 more soldier attacking it, so you can burst it down. But there's just not enough surface area. He could theoretically wall it off forever. So I think this is a very smart decision.
That tower without catapults literally won't go down unless, and you could do it mass rifleman, but that's never going to be cost efficient. Owen now soaring up to double his opponent's word count, and a lovely move inside the main base, which is a fort which won't only just be hidden, but it's going to defend. And it's also going to allow him to get Dragon Tech, which is going to be an absolutely lovely maneuver here on this map.
That's actually also a brilliant reading by Owen of the situation. He knows his opponent has soldiers, and he knows that he started with a barracks, but Ice Shield didn't do any damage with his barracks opening, and Owen saw the expansion after it, so he knows that something massive isn't coming behind. So Ice Shield is going to be trying to ramp up worker production, and Owen's just going to be able to shut that down or punish a lack of static defense when Ice Shield is already hurting for money against him.
Ice Shield's throwing down a workshop here, hoping to burst down this front because Owen shouldn't have too many units just yet. But Owen actually producing some more nice moves inside the main, throwing down a barracks for more workers and start walling off this potential weakness on the left hand side. Although he can use that workshop to get quick access to a 3rd base. Ice Shield mainly just patrolling around the map here. I'm not really sure what he can do from this position. He is now starting to climb Muffin workers. Sorry, you go ahead.
I think at this point, if you're Ice Shield, you have to take a move that isn't safe at all and is risky enough to be worth the payoff. Like, if he were, instead of going all in, which he's not likely to be able to do successfully, if he were to take a 3rd base very quickly, or if he were to do something just very, very aggressive so he can get himself back in, that would be good for him.
Ice Shield looking to put pressure on this side here, but it looks like he knows he's not getting in. Ice Shield actually calls out Owen's strat from behind closed doors. He knows the dragons are coming. He knows it's all going to be over. And the thing is, Owen's been clever here. He's forced him to build soldiers to try and take this game, and at the same time blocked his soldiers. Ice Shield then built more soldiers to try and burst through and actually get some damage done here, but the dragons are a complete and utter hard counter to them. This workshop is going to go down though. He is working on it. But with double unit production available for Owen, there's no way that Ice Shield's going to be doing anything even if he gets inside the main. There's a fort, there's workers. It's not going to happen.
No, it's not. It takes around 8 soldiers just to take out a fort with no upgrades that's not being repaired. It has the same damage and range as a watchtower. So even if he can get through the repair wall that's stopping this workshop from going down, I don't see how he's going to do any damage, let alone enough damage to get back in the game once
Alright,
he does get to that fortress.
interesting development here. I should actually throw down a third base because he knows his opponent, because he's defending, cannot attack him. He knows the dragons are coming. He's trying to get a third base. I don't think it's going to be in time though. There's double dragon lair coming down here for Owen. And he'll probably just burst out with his dragon and start doing massive damage. First catapult starts on the other side for Ice Shield. Everything going on at once here. Ice Shield hoping to climb back in the game, but I don't think it's going to work. Owen is now closing in his 3 workers off maximum, well, almost maximum saturation in his main base. And as soon as those worker production stops, not only is he going to have a lot of gold coming in, but he doesn't have to spend 240 minerals a minute on building workers. That's going to be so much gold for dragons.
Yeah, that's just not having to build workers at all is a dragon in and of itself. For every time, and he gets in that money at a fast enough rate, he really could just take off with double dragon production. And Ice Shield, I don't know how he's gonna hold this. Short of just dropping towers everywhere.
Ice Shield looking to pressure here, but Owen just sits there with Rifleman, and he's going to be able to absolutely push this away. There's no way more damage is coming in. Excellent strategy, completely designed for the map here. Owen actually stopping unit production for the most part at the moment on his way to getting his first dragon.
This is just looking all the way bad for Ice Shield. I mean, I just don't think that there's enough time for him to get the money needed to defend against the dragons. And even if he does, there's a formidable ground army on Owen's side. But I hope it's more than just Owen coming to victory here. I mean, good kudos to him if it is, but I hope Ice Shield can just try and reach deep into his bag and try and find a way to hold this off.
Alright, Ice Shield's throwing down a tower to defend his expansion here, and is moving out with a catapult. He wants to surprise Owen. This catapult can do a lot of damage, and he might be able to burst in. But the thing is, what you've got to take into consideration here, he's 6 workers behind. This incoming attack has got to kill 6 workers in this massively fortified base for Ice Shield to be ahead. He does have an extra base though compared to Owen. Owen now breaking out, looking to expand and take his third.
Oh, yeah, I think this attack has to do.
Oh, this is going to be big here. Owen's dragon comes out as the catapult is way out of position. Dragon is the fastest unit in the game. Catapult is the slowest. This catapult is completely dead. There's no way he's going to be able to save it. And this is the most expensive part of Ice Shield's entire army.
Oh no, and that's exactly what he needed to try and burst in through that tower to get some extra damage done for free, and there's just no way. Oh, that's a crippling loss.
I'm backing away from these riflemen now. He doesn't want to take too much damage. He's going to try and regenerate the health from this dragon here. It really doesn't regenerate too fast, but each little hit point will make a big difference. And Owen's starting his own third base and tower here now. Ice Shield's managed to catch up a bit with these 3 bases. He's only 3 workers behind. But he really has no answer for what Owen has right now. Well, it's an interesting comparison. They are very equal ground armies. Owen's slightly in the lead. But the biggest thing is these 2 dragons. If you look at the way this map works, it's very easy for these big swathes of trees for Owen to just camp out and do huge amounts of damage where Ice Shield simply cannot touch him.
I don't know how he's gonna do it, but Ice Shield, if you're watching this VOD, I'm pulling for you. Owen, if you're watching it, not because I'm not pulling for you, but I just love a good back and forth game.
Of course, I mean, as much as we're saying Owen's performing really well here, Ice Shield is reacting really well in the face of what Owen's done. This third base was a great move, it's going to help pull him ahead. He's actually caught up on workers. From being 10 workers down, he is now up to only 1 worker down, and that's huge. From going against Castle first, that's really impressive. That's never normally seen to be able to catch up that effectively. Owen is going to be able to start triple worker production himself, though.
Yes, but I think that I'm going to have to give credit to Ice Shield here. Maybe it was a happy accident, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. When he saw that Owen had his main base and his normal exit through his natural expansion blocked off, he realized that if he could just keep a military presence outside for his likely third, then not too much was going to happen. And that probably gave him the freedom to take his third base and try and get himself back in this game a little bit.
Alright, we're going to see an excellent move here from Owen. This catapult and soldiers is preparing by Ice Shield, but Owen's got a bigger force and a dragon. He's going to catch this out of position and absolutely wreck them. There's no way they can avoid this dragon. The dragon hard counters every single unit here. Owen also going for mages in the background, so he's going to go for his favourite mage dragon strategy, which is just ridiculous right now. Mage is also coming over here from Ice Shield, and triple tower down on this third base. He does not want to get harassed by dragons here. I think there's still an opening on his right hand side, but Owen actually, I think, making a big mistake not taking advantage of these tree lines. He could be doing so much damage now, and he cannot risk letting Ice Shield come back into this game.
No, he can't, because his advantage by going castle first and taking this third base is that his economy is up, which allows him to have more units earlier in the game. But the longer that this game goes on, the less that Owen is getting a benefit from having gone castle first. We see almost identical third timings. I wouldn't be surprised if there's almost identical fourth timings, and then the game will equalize.
I think Owen's big mistake here is not realizing how far ahead in tech he is. He should be putting pressure on, he should be doing damage. And the nice thing actually, I'm sure you'll analyze this game, because just watching the way Owen is manipulating his opponent's composition is really solid. First he forced out soldiers, and then brought out dragons. Now the dragons are out, it's pure riflemen from his opponent, and what is he coming up with? Mages. AoE. That's going to wreck riflemen. This is absolutely brilliantly played here by Owen. Very, very impressive to watch.
Oh yeah, just the way that he's able, like you said, to manipulate what Ice Shield is doing just by showing his hand. He shows that his hand has very few units, and entices Ice Shield to do damage. And then when he tries to make damage, Owen shows him the dragons, and then he forces a lot of towers out of Ice Shield, and now he has mages. So he can destroy the riflemen. It's just very well done.
The interesting thing here from Ice Shield, he's going for the same composition. You've got a Mage's Guild down, and you've got a Dragon Lair down. He's going to try and compete for the skies, and go for this really popular Heal Mage and Dragon build, sorry. But the thing is, Owen has triple dragon production at once, and a massive lead already in dragons. He's got 5 dragons in the air, and 3 potentially producing at once. This is massive for winning the air battle.
That's actually, I'm going to say that that's not in Ice Shield's favor at all, especially with those 3 Dragon's Lairs that you mentioned. That means that if he switches off of dragon production and into upgrades, he can have +3 attack or +3 armor in about the same amount of time that Ice Shield will get +1 of either. I just don't think that competing for the skies, even if it is strong, is to his favor right now. I think if he sits back and lets himself get some soldiers to clear the mages, maybe some right